What does Stephen A say again? We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived, guys. So none of the Roma trio is coming during grassroots greats. And sometimes news is just too damn good to be true, unfortunately. Apparently, it's still rumored that could come eventually, but I don't know. We'll see. We did get some really good news, though, about a free Maradona. So that's pretty cool. In the grassroots greats promo, the full team's leaked, guys. The full team is leaked already, and we'll talk about it.
If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to MMOXP.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount.
But I said yesterday we may be in trouble, and it was correct, unfortunately, considering no faces came in the game. But anyway, appreciate you watching every single day. I've been uploading on my second channel a lot recently as well. Wanted to plug that quickly, and my God, Future Stars Jess Park, I don't know what these cards are anymore. I don't know. She does fit in the Curl It In Evo, so it does make the card a bit better, but I feel like we're just releasing cards nowadays to fit directly into Evos, which, what do you guys think about that? Because actually on one hand, it's not the worst idea, because then you could almost customize it to a certain extent in a couple of weeks, because you know Evos will come out eventually where she'll fit in, but then it's like you rely on EA to help you with those boosts instead of just giving us a nice card right now. I don't know. I don't like the idea of giving us cards for Evos personally, but maybe it is a good idea. If it is, maybe I guess more customizable or something like that, you could say. But okay, then there was also this, so kind of where we started last night, talking about the whole no faces added to the game, where are they situation, right? Someone in my comment section, I think it was Abacus Frost, actually, shout out, said grassroots greats is not going to be 2 weeks. We know this already. And I'm like, wait a minute, we know this already. Yeah, if you look at the weekly completionist objective, we've got Future Stars, which had 2 of them, right? 1 completion here, and then 2 completions as well was Future Stars. Then 3 was grassroots greats, and then 4 was fantasy, and then also 5 was fantasy FC. So we have 2 weeks of fantasy FC, and then just 1 week of grassroots greats. So then when I thought about that, I was like, okay, we're actually in trouble, because no faces coming in makes me feel like, okay, another basketball reference. I was like, is this the dagger? And I think it was. And it was just like, okay, Alexis McAllister is coming in the grassroots grades promo. Okay, this promo was basically just like, I don't know what the theme is. I tweeted it out. I was like, so the theme of this promo is what? And the replies were like, yeah, theme is they've all touched grass at one point, right? Like, I don't know what the hell this is. And I think stats are predictions on all cards so far today. But then the next tweet, just minutes later, was Doumbia, Gervinho, and Ibarbo are not coming in the grassroots grades promo, at least for now. We'll update if anything changes, and I would personally doubt it does, because like I said in yesterday's video, no title update allowed for new faces to come into the game. So unless they're going to be cranium faces, which I guess they could be, but then no, they won't be actually, because they have to get the licensing for these guys. They're not going to add them into the game with cranium faces. They're not going to do that. So, I mean, they're in the files, like they exist. EA at least somewhat prepared for them to possibly be in the game. They just decided, I guess, not to here, and maybe they won't ever happen, and maybe they could come out in, I guess, another promo in a couple of weeks, or maybe FUT birthday. Maybe FUT birthday will be the time when they decide to drop these, right? That could be. Considering the theme of FUT birthday would make more sense to like add those players in during that time. So maybe that could be, right? And that's actually not that far away. It's only about a little over a month away. So it could be pretty close still. Then Bruno Fernandes leaked. Yeah. And then we can go through all the players at this point here. We got Jamie Vardy. Okay. Vardy kind of makes sense. It's like an older player maybe, right? So that was kind of a cool to see him in there. And the full team just kind of came out after that. Let's look through it. And that was this. So, okay. You know, Dybala, he's been around for a while. Sure. I'm not even really sure why I'm thinking of it that way. Clearly the promo isn't about that, so it's something else. McAllister, we saw Michael Olise's in there. That could possibly hint towards them knowing he won't win Bundesliga Player of the Month, maybe, because he is a nominee. Araujo makes it in. Okay, Bruno, you know, Ollie Watkins. Okay, yeah, we got to get over the fact that this is not what we thought it was. So Ollie Watkins is in. Pickett makes it in. Jordan Ayew, not Andre Ayew. Shout out Andre Ayew, but Jordan Ayew's in there. We got a pair of Leicester players in the promo, which is kind of funny. Shawinga makes it in. Jonathan David, Lynn Williams, and that's the promo team. So there you go, guys. Looks like unfortunately it's going to be just a standard promo on Friday that you've seen 1,000 times, but there is one big difference, and that is that Diego Maradona Evo is coming to the game, same as Zidane. So I do want to give EA their credit. I was asking for a way to get him like a baby version, potentially be able to actually use Maradona when he comes out, and that is going to be the case here. And this card was just a concept. We actually know a couple of the details about it, and that's that it starts like this. 77 rated Maradona that you can then evo up to X rating, and that was actually up for debate today a little bit. AC says if he ends at 90, we are lucky. And Fut Agent comes in here and does say that the final rating, if you click on this, is going to be between these two. Sorry, not the rating. I take that back. It's just the card stats will be between these two right here. You either end up with 93, 87, 87, 94, or 88, 91, 90, 95. So they took his mid version and his prime version and said, okay, those will be the ones you can get. Now, I'm assuming it's going to be back to FC club members maybe again get the 95 and then others get the 91, or can you choose between these two to get these stats? We're still pretty early on to get the logistics for it, I think, and most people would probably just prefer this one, but I guess the -5 pace, you do wonder if maybe they would make it so you could choose which one you would like to get, or will it be the club members, just you have to get that one and the others are stuck with this one? I don't exactly know. No one knows, but it was in some contention because AC does say here, don't think it goes to more than 90. And then Fut Agent replies and says, rating prediction question mark 90 max. So does Fut Agent, I guess he knows the stats but not the rating, I suppose. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but either way, what we do know is Maradona is going to be an Evo again, which I do appreciate. He does say, AC, that there will be a big one on the market still, he thinks. So maybe that's why the rating will be lower on the Evo, to kind of give room between the two, because you know they got to sell packs obviously. And Fut Agent does say how many games to complete the Evo. My guess is 30, says Detective Fut, and Fut Agent says no, so it's going to be less than that apparently. But yeah, that's what we got, and I do want to give them their credit. I do like the fact that we're going to see Maradona. We can all use Maradona, but honestly, it's a letdown for me. Maybe I was being too, I guess, like optimistic in us seeing these cards coming out, because it's so rare to see new icons and heroes coming out, and then to even maybe potentially assume that we would see more than just the Roma trio that was leaked, right? Maybe we could pop up and more could come out of nowhere. Maybe that was just foolish to even think that, but honestly, it is sad to see with all the leaks that we had leading up to this, that this is what we get. I mean, this promo team, unless there's something else besides Maradona in there, it's going to be, I mean, the most standard, boring promo you're going to see. And I think it's going to be boring because EA planned it to be 1 week. And I think that because it's a 1 week promo, they know it's not going to be that crazy, which adds more just like, I don't know. Maybe Fut Birthday, like I said, is going to be the time when we see these guys coming out, and maybe there will be even more leaked at that time. But it is, no matter what, by the way, where's Beckenbauer? Beckenbauer is lost. It is, no matter what, very disappointing. And I'm actually sad that there's now a pretty high chance that what we thought could be an amazing feature in adding new players in the game mid-cycle looks like probably just won't be a thing, which is sad. We do have icons and heroes too leaked, if you guys didn't see yesterday's video, so there is that element to it a little bit. We might see a great SPC of some kind, considering we don't have any word on that yet, but pour one out for the Roma trio, maybe one day, maybe one day. And we also got word that Matisse Tell was apparently in purgatory because he's not coming out. We got Justin Kluivert, sorry, not Justin Kluivert, Patrick Kluivert as the next icon SPC. This was tweeted before content today, just 2 left, gets the other with a yawn emoji. That was Park, and now we have Kluivert left. So Tell, it just not coming out, guys. We also have Merrick Hamshick leaked as well, who wasn't on that last list of icons and heroes, so there still could be more in there. We also saw 1 hero, so you would assume there would be more in there, but maybe EA see all this hype and all this letdown that was on Twitter today. It was like all over just how much people were let down by this, and maybe they go and say, hey, maybe we do need to do this type of promo, and it will be more of a hit than we expect, because maybe they thought to themselves, like, would this promo really even be popular, because there's so many new players nowadays, and you know, we're a vocal minority on the Twitter sphere, which people like to dismiss, but I think we've seen now as time has gone on, EA, like, this community does matter. This like loud on the game all the time community does matter to them. But even if you wanted the Roma trio back and all these guys back the most, you have to acknowledge that maybe that's just not even worth it for them to make a promo based on all of that. I would doubt that's the case, but maybe in EA's eyes, that's what they think. And also, with that Cam Maradona leaks today, the market got absolutely destroyed. Team of the Year cards, high end went way down. Cole Palmer was at 1.1 today at one point. It's at 1.4 right now. And the funny thing is, I do think this promo is actually not going to be that great, so the market should do pretty well, but it rightfully so pretty much just got killed today from the Maradona leak. And obviously we have the debate once again where it's like, oh, we're getting too much good stuff, or it makes teams a little less unique now, because like Zidane will be in there, Bellingham was in there for a while, now we got Maradona gonna be in there for a while, you would assume. And I understand if you're coming from that point of view where it's like, I don't want to face the same teams constantly. I totally get that. The thing is though, I don't think that'll change until EA change the game modes. The game modes right now all focus on winning. Winning is pretty much all that matters in most game modes. Games are now just more competitive oriented than they used to be. You end up with this problem. We've had this problem for years, right? Same teams everywhere. So you're not probably going to really escape that problem until that changes. So adding to that slightly, but yeah, we get a free Maradona to use. Like, I'm not going to complain about that. At the end of the day, this game is use your favorite players and have fun. And Maradona helps with that. So I'm not going to complain. And also another thought too is that, you know, we're only seeing this probably because of the underperforming FC25 state that the game is in right now. How many more of these do you got in your back pocket to kind of throw out there and say, hey, come back? It feels a little bit like right now it's a cheap fix. It's almost like a band-aid on the problem that I feel like hopefully they're trying to fix while also applying the band-aid right here. So I could be reading into things too much, obviously, but it does feel like they keep pulling these out and it's like, okay, how many more of these do you have to give out as pretty much ploys to get back in the game, which I don't think of it that way too much because I think it is just a net positive for us. But at the end of the day, it is simply a ploy to say, hey, come back. You get this if you come back on the game. Play our game one time in chance and hope that we can keep you there for longer. You will get Maradona for free and you can Evo him if you'd like. It does feel a bit like a cheap solution and not fixing the problem per se, but hopefully they're fixing the problem. Well, no, they're not fixing the, I don't know. They're probably not fixing the main problem, which is the gameplay and the delay in gameplay because they don't know how to fix it. So the biggest problem won't probably ever be fixed, but also what it does show us here is that if microtransaction money starts to go down a little bit, we just see a bunch of free stuff because they're like, hey, this is a problem, so let's not spend let's try not to spend as much as we can, which I know this channel probably doesn't spend as much as most people, or probably less than like the average person probably would be my guess. But hey, not spending just nets us good things. Also, I just found this, so there are some more names here. Actually, Di Lorenzo is in the promo. Also, Riyad Mahrez makes it in. Pascal Gross, I'm assuming that's Pascal Gross, makes it in. Scroll down and we've got Heroes, which is Stam, Saw Hamshik, and Abidi Pele makes it in. Icons, we've seen all of them besides Roy Keane. So Roy Keane makes it in there. And then there's the graphic show anybody. Yeah, it shows Riyad Mahrez, and it is Pascal Gross as well. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about everything? But okay, also in viral tweet news of the day, how to save penalties in FC25 was going viral. Can't believe I never noticed this. And it's 3 pictures of the foot basically giving away where the ball is going to go. You got the foot pointing left there. You've got the foot going middle there, and you have got the foot going right. And this is true that it does actually pretty much perfectly correlate with that. Like the foot will travel a certain way wherever you're aiming it, except to react to this, you will literally need Spider-Man reaction time. Like, you are not reacting to this. If this was a thing you could actually react to, pro players who know about this would have already complained about this. You can't react to this in time. So this was just, I'm sure, engagement bait, and it works, of course, because it's like such a possible game-breaking thing. But yeah, you can't. I mean, you could try if you really wanted to try, you could, but you can't. I mean, I'm telling you right now, good luck. And also, we did not see Dembele today, which I think shows us that they're not following the schedule then. So this could come out at literally any point. So just be aware of that. In the market, we kind of talked about, honestly, I didn't expect to see free Maradona, but I was bullish on the market for a long time. And I think at this point, I just don't know if it'll ever probably fulfill what I thought it was going to. I'm pretty surprised that Team of the Year cards just didn't rise out of packs this year. There's almost every single year in FIFA, there is a time when Team of the Year cards really rise a lot out of packs. And this year, they just didn't. Like, some cards did. Some cards you could sneak out of like a few 100K profit in there, but some cards just straight up never did. And right now, Lauren James on a 1.1. She's just going down further and further. Same thing with Saliba, even a really expensive center back is going down in price. Salah's going down to the 3.1 million there. And Cam's obviously hit very hard today. So the panic's already kind of rebounded from the Cams. We saw the center mids also kind of bounce back a little bit. Post Zidane dropping too. So there's a little bounce back opportunity there. But yeah, I mean, at this point, the market just, I think you kind of have to expect whenever you buy something tradable that you probably won't make profit on it. That's just the way it goes now. And I still think right after Rivals Rewards is probably the best time. I don't even think waiting for Friday is going to matter too much buying stuff. And okay, let's read your comments now. Let's read some from our second channel as well. I made a video talking about the playstyle plus combos we haven't really seen yet, and is there a reason for that? And I asked which playstyle plus combos you guys like the most, and I think the most popular answer was probably technical with finesse plus. I'm sorry, my nose is just completely stuffed for about the 3rd straight week, so if I sound like a fucking idiot, then that's why. But it seems like technical and finesse is like the most popular between you guys. We got JS, who says, how are you getting along with Nesta and Koeman? Have both on the bench but want to try them out. Shaw is a beast. I've not really used Koeman yet at all, but I have used Nesta quite a bit at this point, and I think Nesta's great because he has all defending playstyles, and Intercept Plus, I went into in that video, I think is extremely good for center backs, and EA know that. And I used him again today, and I think Nesta actually is more in the power curve, like more of an elite center back than you think with just one playstyle plus. You probably can find better ones out there like the team of the years and stuff like that, but Nesta is still very, very good. Abacus Frost, haircut looks like you might call me slurs. Okay, we got Fat Boy No, who says, here's an idea, make the gameplay worth playing. And this is sort of a sentiment I see a lot in my comments, like, hey, have I ever thought about an idea of like, hey, making the game pretty good? The gameplay we're talking. And the thing is, I think that, I don't know if they hired the wrong people or if they just did not make it a priority for very long or as much as they should have, but they finally realized, I think post this sort of underperforming expectations FC25 that we've had, that yeah, making the gameplay decent is actually kind of important. And the funny thing is, I mean, imagine how bad FC24 was when you look back at that. It was real bad. FC25 comes out and it's debatably worse gameplay for the first couple months of the year. It's hard to believe EA sat there and thought, it doesn't matter, they'll come back anyway. Turns out they didn't. Like, they didn't come back anyway. And they thought, oh shit, maybe this does matter. Then they release a patch, it ends up with better gameplay. I still think no matter what you say about the patch or whatever, the gameplay is better than it was to me, which of course may not be saying much, but just remarkable how long they went with shit gameplay for all of FC24 and then the first 2 months of 25. And in 23, it wasn't that bad. So it just shows you that either they hired the wrong people or they just really didn't care. Like, new features meant more than making the gameplay good, and that was all that mattered to them, because now they're actually taking it seriously. I think they're taking the gameplay seriously because it matters a lot. Oh yeah, playing the actual game itself does matter. And I feel like we were saying this a lot. Like, our community was saying, yeah, they don't worry about the gameplay, but like, do they realize that matters a lot? And I think they did reach that point. It just was really late on and people left the game and stuff. So I do think we probably will see better gameplay as time goes on. The thing is, the biggest problems will never be fixed because the inconsistent gameplay, they don't know how to fix that problem, but we'll probably see better gameplay as time goes on. Doesn't mean it's going to be very good, but just better, you know, because they are definitely in a bit of, maybe not panic mode, you would say, but seeing another free Maradona now, you don't like doing that. It makes you think that, yeah, they're still in like, ooh, shit, this is bad mode. And maybe that's cope, but it does seem strange. But hey, thank you for being here. Appreciate you all so much. I love you all. See you soon. Peace.